Morning,
Okay,
everybody.
hi everyone. This is COVID conversations in lockdown. So I've got a few questions. I just want to see how everyone's coping in lockdown, because I know it's really hard, and I think some of the young people would like to learn how you guys are coping.
Right.
Who would like to go?
Chris, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. It's just a different way of sort of like working and living at the moment, isn't it? I mean, it's just the hardest thing for me, I think, is sort of like not seeing people. So like my friends and like other family members, because you can do things like FaceTime and have those sort of conversations, but it's not the same as sort of just popping around the house and having a chat and that kind of thing. But it's nice to sort of spend time with people in your house as well. But then even that gets to the point where you're sort of getting on each other's nerves sometimes. So I'm sure I'm not the only one in sort of, thinking that. But at the same time, it's nice because you're sort of spending more time together. But then it's the other side of it where, you're getting under my feet, that kind of thing. And you can't go out to escape it because you're not allowed out apart from, your daily exercise. And yeah, so it is tricky.
How about you, Craig?
It's a terrible thing to say, but I've really enjoyed it, primarily because as we're so busy all the time, we seem to be constantly on the go, trying to do a number of things at the same time all the time. It's given me an opportunity to spend more time with you as a staff team. It's given me more time to spend with myself, going through tasks, if that makes sense. It's just given me a bit of breathing space, because I think moving forward, I think I'm very reactionary, and as a service and as youth workers, we tend to react to situations. And I think this period of isolation has just allowed me to start planning a bit more and being a little bit more prepared, so I'm able to think more. And that's why I'm sending you more emails and I'm asking you to do more things, because I've got more time with which to think about where we need to go and what we want to do. But no, I echo what Chris has said, and I think everybody around the country, around the world, in every corner, it's really tough. I mean, we've been quite fortunate in that we've been allowed out. We've been allowed to go to the shops. We've been allowed to do a bit of exercise. I've got friends that live in Spain and Italy, and they've had 51 days of literally being in their houses, flats or apartments.
A lot of people live in apartments.
And just no outside space, literally no. One of my friends has got an apartment that's got no windows. It's obviously got windows, but they don't open. So it's an air-conditioned unit, and it's just actually drove him absolutely crazy. So I really empathise with everybody out there, and I just thank the majority of people for sticking by it. As a nation, we are getting through it, as difficult it is, and it is tense in the house, isn't it? I live with my wife and my daughter, and the house just seems to get smaller every day, and there's less space to escape to, I think. But it's about the mindset. I think if you get through it together and work through it, it's okay. And I think I've enjoyed this. So yeah, I have.
My usual life revolves around sport, going to the football, watching the football on TV, watching the rugby. So actually, it's been quite nice not having those things, just because I've had to find new things to do. Yeah. So I found a love for the garden. I've been growing lots of veg, flowers, nurturing them. I've got this massive tree in my garden, and there's lots of different birds nesting in there. So I've been watching them, and it's like a little TV show, but you forget sometimes to just look up, don't you? And you walk out and you're looking around. Definitely. And I'm noticing like Cardiff is so beautiful. We got so much stuff. Like when you go on holiday, you look at every architecture and you're like, wow, isn't that amazing? But you never really do that in your own city. But now I'm looking at everything and I'm like, wow, there's some really nice things in Cardiff. Yeah. So yeah, just nature's been a big help. Just taking time to do things you enjoy. I've done a bit of painting. I'm not a painter, but I've done a bit of painting. Been playing my guitar, stuff like that. Lots of
Give us a song then, Matt.
Oh.
No, don't. No.
How many replay sport games are we watching at?
None. The only sport I'm watching is AEW, All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Not into it. So yeah, it's like comedy because it's all, well, it's not all fake. Don't say that. They go crazy about saying it's fake. But All Elite Wrestling is quite funny. So Daz, how about you?
I think it was quite tough at first because obviously you lose all your routines, and it's just trying to find stuff to do that you wouldn't normally do. Yeah, I think it's kind of settled down a bit now though. So I found a new routine. I found more things to do. I've watched too much TV.
I know. Netflix and Amazon Prime, they've got nothing for me left.
Yeah, you get that money's worth though.
Do you find with watching films and TV series, you watch them differently than you used to watch them before? You'd have been more, I'm sure, definitely more critical.
A bit more binge.
A bit more critical in the direction, how it's filmed and how the scenes are and the background. Because I'm watching so much, I'm trying to pick things up and trying to work things out because I've got more time on my hands. Whereas before, I'd be watching stuff, I'd have my phone in one hand, I'd have my computer on, I wouldn't really concentrate. But now I'm thinking about characters and plot lines and stories, and I'm just becoming a critic. That's it, and I'm just getting more time to do it.
About you, Dale?
Yeah, I think I've embraced it really, like everyone else has said, just trying to do different things and taking time for yourself as well as continuing with the work, supporting young people really. So I picked up a couple of books. Done a bit of colouring, which I've never done in my life, but I really enjoyed it. It proper chills me out. I don't think I've ever found something that chills me out as much as that. Listen to music.
Some of your paintings.
What's that?
You share some of your drawings with us at some point.
Oh, well, it's like those mindfulness colouring books. They're really good.
Any good books?
At the moment, I'm reading The Secret Life of a Barrister. Well, you can't see it, but
you have to hold it up right up to the camera.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, I am reading.
He's a magician. He's learned magic as well whilst he's been on lockdown. Yeah. There was once a book there, now there's not.
But yeah, exercise, learn how to edit and make videos. Really enjoyed it, to be honest. Of course, I've had a little wobble in the middle where my motivation goes a little bit, and you have a kind of week where you don't do as much. But this week, I'm trying to get back on it. Been for a jog this morning, so I want to take on the world today.
So talking very quickly, picking up on that point, having a wobble, because that's really important, yeah? Because our profiles do spike, don't they, with our motivation levels, our thoughts and feelings. What was it that got you out of that sort of the bottom end of that wobble, that sort of reinvigorated you, that sort of gave you that motivation to come back out of it, Dale? What would you say helped you?
I think it's trying to switch off, so taking more time for yourself, like turning off work laptops, put them away to just spend that time for yourself and with loved ones, really.
And that, like you said this morning, going for a run, your words exactly, where I feel like I can take on the world. Because it releases those endorphins and just makes you feel like, like that famous, going back to films and watching films. I watched Rocky when he runs up to the tops of those steps. He's at it, isn't he? He feels like he's inconquerable, I suppose. So I think that's really important for you as young people. If any of you are actually taking the time out to watch this, and thank you very much, you will get peaks and you will get troughs, and it's about trying to get a happy medium between the two and finding out what allows you to reach those peaks, isn't it?
And don't feel guilty taking time for yourself.
No,
it's not 5 minutes to yourself, 10 minutes, an hour, 3 hours to yourself. Go and do it.
And just take everything. Like for me, if I've been feeling low or something, I'll do a face-to-face on the laptop and speak to someone, and that face-to-face, that communication, seeing people's facial expressions, talking to someone, you realise you're not alone. And it can be quite isolating. So talking to people, if you are feeling low, just take everything, like if I can get through the next 30 minutes. So don't think too far in the long term. If I can just get through this day, and then we'll see what happens tomorrow. Just small steps if you're feeling like that.
And COVID will end. It will come to an end. We don't know when it is. We don't know when it'll happen, but it will, and things will resume to as they were before. Maybe a little bit different, but that's not always a bad thing.
There's a famous song by D-Ream that was used in one of the party's manifesto.
Oh yeah, things can only get better.
Things can only get better, and honestly, they can, as long as we're prepared to adapt to a little bit of change. I think the world is definitely going to be a better place of it, because people are washing their hands, so people are cleaner. People are still keeping their distance in most places, which means we're going to have a little bit more personal space. I don't know about you guys, but people in general seem to be a lot politer when you're out running, walking, jogging, cycling. People acknowledge you and they give you the time of day, and they give you that appreciative acceptance that, yeah, nice one, as you ride or doing whatever you do.
Communities are helping each other more.
Yeah,
families,
definitely.
young people are looking after their elderly.
So that's one really good thing that's coming out of all of this drama and chaos and isolation, is definitely it's gonna, like Natalie pointed out about the wildlife. I've never seen so many birds or heard so many animals around in and about my back garden. Before it was just big seagulls and pigeons. I can't even tell you what types of animals are out there now. I don't even know the breeds. There's so many of them, and it's fantastic.
What have you all been doing to support young people? Because I know it's hard, because we're used to being there with them on provisions, in schools, on the streets, in the youth clubs. So now we're unable to do that. So how have you been interacting and working with young people, supporting them? Dale?
I've been doing weekly quizzes over the phone with some of my young people, which has worked really well. So over a variety of topics, including general knowledge, gaming, keeping safe online. So I've really enjoyed that, and it's been a really good engagement tool.
Well, you, Chris?
What I found to be, and I know it sounds really simple, some of them, the ones that they just want to know that you're there. So just a text to say, look, I'm not gonna bother you, but if you do need me, I'm here for you. And then they get back and say, oh, thank you for that, I really appreciate it. And then you might get a phone call from parents to say, oh, just to let you know, he really appreciated that text, because he's struggling to sort of engage with us, but the fact that he knows that you're there is really helping. And just that little text, say, oh, how you doing, you okay, you can get through this, be positive, a bit like we were saying just now about supporting each other. It doesn't matter who we're supporting, it works the same. And I think if people know that we're all in the same boat and we're all struggling together at times, just having somebody say, oh, I had a bad day yesterday actually, but this won't last forever, like you were saying, Dale. It will improve. It will get better. I think that's really important, to just make everyone aware that we are all in the same boat, regardless of age, gender, whatever. And that seems to be really helping.
How about you, Darryl?
So phone calls mostly. I think having Facebook has been a big help. Being able to contact people and do different things there. We supplied some food parcels last week, which was really cool. Took some time out to take them out really. But so
you've been delivering food parcels to families in need and young people. That's really good. Yeah. What about
you, Nat?
Have you been working in the Vulnerable Hub?
I've done a couple of days in the Vulnerable Hub in school, which is really good. It's meeting young people, and just giving them someone to talk to, something different to do. It's been quite nice, really, quite different. So.
Cool. I've been because I got asthma, I'm isolation. So most of mine, I've been calling young people, just having a chat, calling some of the parents, having a bit of a laugh about stuff. I mean, we're all in the same boat. Sorry, there's a train going past my house. We're all in the same boat, isn't we? So we're able to talk about what we're all feeling, ways we've been helping ourselves and doing better. I've been making some videos, some cooking tutorials, talking on Facebook, making sure that there's some advice on mental health and helping and coping during lockdown. Craig?
I've been supporting you guys, my staff team, really, to try and get those peaks rather than troughs and those motivation levels, and encourage you to be as creative and innovative as possible. I mean, we created a bike competition in conjunction with Street Games Wales and Cycle Training Wales to encourage physical activity and young people to keep journals of their journey over a 5-week period, which we've got about 2 weeks left. So if you're watching this, it's not too late. You can record the information that you've done previously and add some more stuff on for the next couple of weeks. We've been engaging in setting up a variety of social media platforms and encouraging the building of content and the development of digital resources, because as we change and adapt to new environments and new threats, because I'm guessing, and it's just a guess, the COVID won't be the only potential threat that we're going to come across as a nation, as a human race. We need, again, going back to the being reactive, we need to be a bit more pre-planned and prepared for when things might need to have to adapt and change again. So, you know, making videos and creating content and simple to follow guides like sport, health and fitness with people that we've worked with in the past, face to face with groups, have been offering us challenges and setting us goals and tasks for us to follow on YouTube and videos that we've been uploading. So that's one thing that's been extremely positive and encouraging for myself, the way that you guys have just adapted to that change, embraced it, and just run with it and produce some outstanding content for young people and adults alike, really. And I think I've been encouraging working with families a little bit more, as well as, and trying to broker those improved relationships so that we get a better buy-in and we get the families involved, and it's not just us working with young people in isolation. And
well, a lot of the families are now doing the education, so they'll know what their young person needs and stuff, and that should be encouraged to continue. And
in some ways, it's added stress on the family, which they need more time to themselves. They need to get out the house for a daily walk together, or
and you know, it's about reiterating that safety message, because within the environment that we're currently working, the young people do have a lot of barriers, and society is such a struggle at the moment to try and instill in them that they need to stay at home because that's been, you know, a really important thing that we've done as a team. I think really passing our message across and offering that ongoing support and adapting to the working day and week. Whereas, you know, as a society, as a race, we get used to structure. We get used to getting up, having breakfast, preparing to go to work for a period of time and come home. And as Dale mentioned earlier, we've been a lot more flexible and adaptable and changing our working hours and days to meet and suit the needs of the young people that we're trying to offer support to. So, you know, it's been working weekends, working bank holidays, holiday times, evenings and stuff like that. So I can't thank you guys enough, really, for being that adaptable and that amenable to offering that ongoing support to our families and young people. So
can I also say
let's have a clap for the EOTAS youth work every Thursday.
But also I also think it's been good working with other teams within the youth service and stuff, because maybe we're usually in our own group. But like I've had a conversation with a few people from grassroots over talking like this and finding out what other people are doing in other services and within the youth service. So that's been really good.
We're one service for all young people across Cardiff, isn't we?
And that's the key to our success as a service, is finding our position and understanding that we need to work a lot more collaboratively across the city and not in isolation. Because we've all got a series and a plethora of skills and transferable skills that we need to impart on other people and help other people out, as opposed to keeping it inclusive for just us, you know what I mean? So that's the key thing for us.
Being a lot more community with sharing information.
It's a lot more supportive, isn't it? I mean, as a managerial level, us as managers are sharing much more information than we've ever done before, and people that perhaps are not quite au fait with perhaps Teams meetings and communications are asking for support and help and guidance and things like that, whereas they've just struggled on their own and perhaps not done it in the past, but seems now that we are working a little bit more collaboratively together. And that's it, that's the message, isn't it? We're all in it together, and together we'll get through it, because it will end, like Dale said. So yeah, good.
What do you miss the most?
Golf.
Lockdown.
Golf.
Routine.
Golf. Play golf. I miss golf. Can't wait to play golf.
Chris?
Sport, football. Wimbledon's been cancelled. Absolutely gutted. You know, it's just everything.
Adults?
Probably the ice hockey.
So
yeah, and sport in general, really.
I do miss the football, but I just miss being able to just go to the shop whenever I want to, just go wherever I want, go for a drive if I want to and stuff, just getting out of the house, because I'm quite strict. I will only do like shop if it's really, really necessary, go out for my walk. But yeah, I miss going hiking up a mountain. And
but don't you think now, for me, I think I'll appreciate a lot more when we're allowed to do a little bit more. Because as a society, we generally take things for granted, and it's there. It's always going to be there. But we know now that it's very likely not to always be there, what we want and what we've always been doing. So I think,
like when you've got a cold and you think, oh God, I wish I could just breathe properly and stuff. And then when you can breathe properly, you take it for granted.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, if only I'd appreciate it that I could breathe properly before.
No, I totally agree. I think I'm really going to appreciate that freedom, because it is freedom, isn't it? That, and the understanding of the acceptance of being allowed to do only so much and following rules and being a bit more
very hard to follow.
aware of other people and keeping my distance, because I want to stay safe. And I think social distancing, you know, we as a youth worker, we've always talked about personal space, and if you invade, it becomes threatening and all that. And I think that's one really good thing that is going to come out of all of this. People hopefully will be a bit more polite, a bit more respectful. They'll keep their distance a little bit. And I think we will be a better, safer place as a result of it when we do start coming out of it. Fingers crossed.
I'm trying to help and support others.
Yeah, definitely.
Because everyone's kind of message probably someone how you doing, which does that happen on a daily basis before this? Right. Probably not.
Yeah. I do miss all the young people, seeing the young people. Yeah. You never know what they're going to say and stuff, and it is quite fun. You have a laugh. But I do miss doing youth clubs, seeing young people and stuff.
It won't be long. It won't be long. It won't be long.
Won't be long. We'll all be back.
It won't be long.
Okay, so what was one change that you will keep? Chris?
The one big that I hope will stay is this whole looking out for each other and actually asking each other, you know, are you okay? You know, how are you feeling? Because this, you know, we often hear like, oh, you know, mental health affects everybody. Yeah. But this is something that has affected all of us at the same time. And hopefully, you know, maybe it's taken something like this for us all to realise that actually we are all very similar, and we do all, you know, get affected by similar things. And hopefully, I'd like to think anyway that we'd be more caring towards each other. We would maybe not stress too much about things that maybe we often do, you know, because actually none of it matters in the grand scheme of things, does it? You know, and I just think hopefully, as I say, we'll ask people, you know, how are you doing? Are you okay? You know, give me a text, give me a call, and just check in on people that we might not necessarily do otherwise.
But do you find, sorry, Chris, do you find I'm terrible for saying, when I greet people, hello, how are you? And I'm not really that bothered in the past about the answer.
Don't you, to sort of pass the time,
That's the sort of, it's become a standard greeting for me. Whereas now,
true.
I really want to hear what they've got to say. When I say how you doing, is everything okay? I really want to hear what they're saying, and if they are good, and if they're okay.
True,
So that's one thing that has changed for me as well.
It's about asking it twice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I find
sure.
myself like I'm even talking to like a head manager or something, and we're talking about something serious, but then I'll just be like, "But how are you doing?
Yeah,
are you okay?" Like,
Yeah, no, that's a real good positive change, I think.
yeah, because you do care for each other.
Yeah.
What about you, Daz? What's one thing that's changed that you'd like to keep?
I think I was going to use Chris's example, but I can't now. But
Try another one.
yeah, just having more variety to things. So I think we're all a bit kind of stuck in a rut, doing the same thing over and over again. You know, go to work, come home, chill out, go to bed, that kind of stuff. But just you know, like Dale's found drawing, and you know, I've been trying new stuff. You know, Natalie, you've been doing the garden and stuff. Just opening your mind to what else you can do, really, and just keeping that going.
I think probably like I'd like to be less materialistic and stuff. I mean, we've been working with like nothing. We have not hardly any stuff. We don't need to be consuming all the stuff we keep buying from the shops, and we don't need all those different clothes. I don't need to have makeup on every day. I don't need to wash my hair every day. Just different things where it's just more relaxed. You don't need the best of everything all the time. You can cope without all these things. And I think it makes you much more fulfilled in that sense. So yeah, less materialistic, recycling, reusing.
We don't appreciate what we have, do we? That's what I've noticed. We really don't. We don't realise actually how lucky we are.
Yeah.
You know, like we moaned, you know, sometimes on a day-to-day basis, but actually we are so lucky with what we're able to do, what we can do on a daily basis. We can do what we want, really. And yeah, and
a lot of the stuff we want to do doesn't actually take that long.
No,
it only takes half an hour to an hour. And the grand scheme of things, in a day, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when like Craig was saying, we're so reactionary, busy, we forget, and we need to take time for ourselves to do the things we want to do.
So is that 100%. Something you're going to take from it, Dale?
Exercise, I think. I didn't go to the gym like religiously. I didn't go like five times a week, but in the gym is kind of it's set there for you. You don't have to think. But I've got like a skipping rope and some resistance bands in the house, and I've had to be really creative with what I'm doing. So I've kind of liked that challenge, really, like going jogging, challenging myself, trying to go a bit further every time, trying to beat records.
And you saved yourself a fortune.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I probably will cancel my gym membership and buy some more equipment.
So will I.
And I think that is the future, isn't it? And the note I've written, I got into a bit of a routine. I would probably exercise either 2 or 3 days a week, depending on if I started on a Monday or a Tuesday. And I would go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and think that would be enough. I'd go to the gym for an hour and I'd end up doing exactly the same thing. Since the lockdown, I've exercised every day apart from 2 days in 7 weeks. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And like Dale, I've been quite creative and aspirational in what I'm doing every day. So if I'm going to run 3 miles, I've got to beat the time that I did it the last time I did it in. And then if I'm riding, I've got to ride a new route and I've got to go a bit bigger and a bit further. And I've really enjoyed that, just being out and about and not being confined
to the gym.
And what the gym offers. Because as much as I used to love enjoying the gyms, and I hope and pray that when we come out of this lockdown, that the after effects will allow them to continue like they were.
I'm sure they will.
But I'm really, to be brutally honest, not that interested in returning to the gym. Because like you, I get home, I've really enjoyed working every day and going for a run lunchtime on the Taff Trail and just having that time for myself, 40 minutes where I just clear my mind. And like you said at the very beginning, Dale, it reinvigorates me for the rest of the day. And I feel a little bit more focused and wanting to get involved and want to do stuff and a bit more creative. So for me, I've absolutely loved training, and I run down to Lander Fields. I do a 30-minute HIIT class that I never thought I'd do ever, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And that's one thing I'm definitely going to keep on doing. And I've even done it in the rain. So
even just
what I find really funny is we're all different. We all do things different ways and different times, and you find it better going in later on in the evening, which I find if I don't do it in the morning, I won't do it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of knowing your own barriers and knowing your
course.
own kind of how your mind works, and just preparing yourself for that really, and planning your kind of week.
I was running for about 2 weeks every morning, like, and then I stopped doing it, and then I noticed like I was feeling sluggish, tired, and I was feeling a bit low, and I didn't know what was going on. And then as soon as I started running or walking fast again, Craig noticed the difference in me. I'm like, right, here we go, let's go. So
I couldn't stop.
It goes back to those endorphins, doesn't it?
Of course it does, and that's what it's all about. And I think it just settles your mind. I mean, we all got busy days, busy lives, as have the young people and their parents, stresses, anxieties. And even if it's not running, it just needs to be a form of exercise. That daily exercise and that opportunity at the moment to go out once a day, I implore you to just embrace it while you can and really, really go for it. And it's a fantastic time. And as you say, Nat, I walk with my wife as well, and we go for a walk. I never thought I would just go for a simple walk without my dog. My poor dog passed away a couple of years ago, and I used to love taking her for a walk. And then as soon as she is gone, I just thought there's no point going for a walk now because I've got no real reason to walk. But in the society we live in now and all that nature, and it is a lot quieter, it's a lot calmer, the roads are quieter because we're all supposed to be staying in. It's just an outstanding, amazing opportunity to just take in where we live and what is around us, because we're so focused in where we're going from A to B as around you. We need to just embrace where we're living and what we're surrounded by, I think, personally. So that's one thing I'm going to continue to do.
And for any young people, professionals, parents, volunteers that are watching, could you drop a comment in this YouTube video to let us know what kind of exercise you've been doing? If it is different to jogging, walking, cycling, be really interested to know. I
like, because I wear a Fitbit, there's things you can do, like if I'm cleaning burns lots of calories, hoovering, mopping. If you're cooking, that burns calories, that keeps your energy up. If you're doing gardening, mowing the lawn, cleaning that. So there's lots of different things you can do. Just dance around your bedroom, just have a good old dance, put some funky music on and dance, and that can burn a lot of calories. So
definitely.
Two-step.
I do dance crazy though, so like I'm out of breath straight away. What's the first thing you think you'll do when you get out of lockdown?
I really want to go to the beach.
Yeah.
Just some, I know, like we've all said, less pollution in the air. You can really feel that clean air. But I feel like going down to the beach would be absolutely amazing. That kind of sea fresh air. I bet you'd send me to sleep as well straight after, probably when I got home.
Yeah. I want to go jump in a lake. I don't know why.
Carol's got a nice one in his background.
I know.
I wouldn't mind going there.
I don't really like the sea because it's salty, and I don't like a swimming pool because of chlorine. But a nice, clear water lake, just have a jump in and. Whatever.
I don't want to see a Wales Online report of a youth worker jumping in Roe Park Lake.
Do not jump in Roe Park Lake. There is lots of dodgy stuff in there that can make you very sick.
Yeah. I'm going to have a game of golf, me. I'm hoping and praying that Boris relaxes the rules a little bit so that we can all go safely. Those of us that are obsessed, and I am obsessed with golf, it's fair to say, it's the one thing that really does frustrate the living daylights out of me, causes me so much stress, more anxiety than managing a team of fantastic staff and dealing with extremely challenging daily occurrences. But I absolutely love it, and I just hope the Monday we're allowed to go back out and have a game, and I can't wait.
We're all joining you.
No, you can't. Social distancing. You can't.
That's his time.
What about you, Chris?
I can't wait, weather permitting, to just go and have a barbecue with all my friends. We've already discussed it. Hopefully, when it can happen, when we're allowed to. Family, friends, maybe even like a street party, because I know a few people have spoken about having them. And that's another good thing. I think it's brought communities closer together. People have been speaking about street parties, having just an amazing time, and hopefully, and maybe play a bit of football as well, a bit of tennis.
Is the invite in the post for the barbecue, Chris, or should I be due in next couple of days because of the backlog?
Or is it a personal? Do we take that as an invite now? Just you're going to tell us the date.
Couple of days. Give it a couple of days for your invite to arrive in the post.
So, Chris, I've seen something online which I sent you about how clear the waters have gone down in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Have you seen that yourself, or?
I haven't, no, but I've heard obviously people who have gone down to the seafront have said it is really clear. A big thing for me, I don't know if any of you guys have noticed this, it's when you look up in the sky and there's no planes. I know it sounds really silly, but there's no planes at all, is there? You don't see anything other than birds, and it's really bizarre, really odd not to hear a plane.
I see one a day in Cardiff. I think there's one plane going out a day from Cardiff Airport, so I see the one line every day. But I get what you mean. Yeah, it's lovely to look at.
Yeah. So,
Chris, are you able to walk to? Oh, sorry, there's a train again. Are you able? So, are you able to walk to the beach?
We've got like a little foreshore not far from where I live, and that's quite nice to walk to.
Maybe you could do a video of it for us, so we can all put it on Facebook, so we can all
going today or tomorrow. So more than happy to do that.
Yeah, that's great.
What I've noticed as well is going on these walks is you don't appreciate what you've got on your own doorstep. So like people don't really use these walks, and like in Cardiff, I assume like the Taff Trail, not everyone always uses it, but now people are, and they start to realise actually what they've got, and hopefully appreciate more their local surroundings, like you were saying earlier about the architecture and stuff. Hopefully that will continue as well. Yeah.
Is that all? First thing you're going to do?
Probably a long walk, or maybe just some kind of outdoor adventurous stuff. I'd love to go canoeing.
Yeah.
Could you take me, please, Dad?
What's that?
Can you take me when we're allowed?
Yeah, of course I will.
Team building.
So just something like that, really. Just get out, kind of in nature. Just do an activity or something. So that's my first thing to do.
Awesome. Right, that's all the questions I got for you guys. That's been.
No, there's one more in there about the skill.
Oh yeah. So have you learned any new skills?
And me. I got them all here.
My new skill I've learned is painting. Not painting, pastels. Wait there. Let me get you the picture I painted.
That's awesome, Matt.
No, the question was, Nat, what new skill have you learned?
I've learned how to draw.
It's fantastic. It really is.
Look at that.
And I think the key message to send is not to be afraid about anything. You should try something that you're passionate about and just give it a go. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's fantastic. I'd frame that and put it up as a reminder of the time that we spent in lockdown, because that's outstanding, to be fair.
To be fair, my house is covered in all this stuff now of just everything I've made out of random things. I don't throw any boxes away, nothing now. Oh, I can draw on the back of that. Oh, that jar, I could make a nice hanging thing like one of these. Everything I'm reusing now. So that's fantastic. That's a skill.
Resourceful, very resourceful. I love it. Because we are a very wasteful society, aren't we?
Yeah, you can reuse everything. All the cartons you can use as plant pots. If they're plastic, you can put them over the top to make sure the heat stays in. There's loads of stuff you can use.
If you're stuck with what to do, go on Google.
What can I do with this?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Because I was looking to do something with the 468 Stella cans that I've got. And I wasn't aware that I could do anything other than recycle them. But I Googled it, and some gentleman has made a dog basket or shed out of Stella cans, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Just for the record, I haven't tried that many Stella.
And there's some wicked Facebook groups as well you can join that gives you some kind of creative content.
Yeah. And if you have a look, and this is a terrible plug, but the Pupil Inclusion Project, one of the Pupil Inclusion Project staff, Kim Day, has been extremely creative recently with household objects and creating the most amazing bird baths. There was this brick art piece that she made that just out of disused house bricks. It's this phenomenal. So you can literally do anything, and as long as it takes up some time, you enjoy the time you spent doing it. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Just do it and enjoy it.
We'll put the link in the comments.
Yeah, good.
Bye, Chris.
Bye, Chris.
Chris had another meeting to attend. Oh, Dale's full.
We probably made Chris late for his meeting now. He's going to get detention when he goes back to school.
So, Dale, what skill you learned?
I've learned how to skip. I could do it before slightly, just like with my both feet, but now I can do it just off one feet, a little bit quicker and stuff. And it only took a little bit of practice. And like we were saying, things you want to do don't actually take that long. So I'd probably practice in the grand scheme of things, probably about an hour, which is nothing. Yeah. I've got so much better at it.
And we got a good video of you doing it, which you'll share on Facebook, won't you?
Yeah, is it going on this, yeah?
Pardon?
It's going on this video, isn't it?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's a separate video.
Separate one. Don't look at my toes, though.
Well, that's the worst thing you can say, because as soon as the video comes on, everyone's just going to look at Dale's toes.
At least you can't smell them.
Yeah.
And creating videos, just getting a bit creative, and yeah, I've really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Dazza?
I think being more kind of technical. I'm not the best with technology really, but yeah, just kind of improving my skill there. Done a lot of gardening and stuff, so yeah, just again improving those skills. So can't think of one new skill, but definitely improving on a lot of kind of old skills. So yeah.
Cool. Craig?
Darryl, that video you made of the pupil inclusion project is really good, and the videos you've included. Amazing.
And
cheers.
They are included in our YouTube channel, or will be, yeah?
Yeah, on there already.
Yeah, they're on there.
Fantastic. So check it out. If you're watching this and you haven't seen it, check it out. For somebody that isn't that tech orientated or understands it, as he put in his own words, it's an absolutely amazing video.
Epic.
That contains fantastic engagement from young people that would have never in a million years tried any of those activities. Trust me. And I know firsthand how important those experiences were to that group of young people. So much so that I'm having messages off some of those participants saying, when can we come back? We want to go camping. We want to go on a DV expedition. We want to go walking. In 20 years, young people have never asked me to do that in the environment we work in. I'm always trying to incentivize and sort of bribe or blackmail them, if you like, to do it. Now they're asking to get involved, which is absolutely phenomenal. And our operational manager replied with absolutely amazing. I love it. Outstanding. That was his email in response to that video, Darryl. So
cool. Okay.
Well done.
So a bit of a strap line. If Daz can do it, you can too.
Yeah.
I want to see a picture of you.
Like that. What that?
Hold on. I made a video as well.
Yeah, I said, yeah, yours would be
amazing.
Fantastic and amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, check out the video of the young people singing. It's their own song.
Awesome.
Really good.
Beautiful. Absolutely. It's a proper tearjerker. If you can listen, it might be worth putting the actual words up, Nat. I thought about this the other day, just so
Lyric
people
version.
can actually see the content and understand what is the real meaning in that song. Because it's just, I'm a grown man. It did make me cry, honestly, because it was produced by a really, really challenged group of young people, really, that have made so much progress in the last 6 months, and that's testament to you and the rest of the staff at that opportunity. So fingers crossed we come out to this. The Wellbeing Youth Club will resurrect itself on a Wednesday in Cabalfa. The gaming club that we haven't really had a conversation about, that hopefully we'll be able to talk about in another one of our meetings in the coming weeks, that Dale was responsible for setting up. That is going to be resurrected as soon as it's safe to do so. Again, we've had some amazing progress. Likewise, the sports project that Daryl's video down below will highlight.
We want to get our boxing up and running again, nutrition, our bike maintenance course, our construction course. We just want to get all of these up and going, and they will. They will. Good. What's your skill, Craig?
Patience. Learning to become patient. That's probably the best thing that's come out of this for me. Like I said, as you all know me, you know me personally, I'm 100 miles an hour. I want to do everything. I want to change the world. I want solutions here, there and everywhere. As soon as I can think of something, I want it resolved and sorted out. But I've learned that the key to success is being patient and being prepared, planned, and having that productive time to plan and think about not just what I want to do, where I want to go, or what I need, or what the young people need, but think about the bigger picture and think about next steps and what's going to come as a result of it. And so patience for me, and riding a bike. I've started riding a bike a lot, and I thought riding to work would be a challenge. Smashed that. I've just done 45 miles the other day, and I absolutely loved this. So I'm going to keep doing that on a weekly basis. Now I'm going on Saturday now for a nice nut. And well, no, actually, the lockdown rules state is 10 miles in either direction. So I did get lost. I was planning on going 10 miles out and 10 miles back, and it ended up being 30 odd miles because I took the wrong route. So please stay safe. Hopefully the lockdown rules will ease a little bit, so I'll be able to go a little bit further over the coming weeks, because I am going to try and do the Car 10 next year, the Cardiff to Tenby 110 miler.
Oh, wicked.
I am going to try and do that, all being well.
Well,
does it also mean we can take a little bit longer replying to your emails as well?
Yeah, without a shadow of doubt. Yeah. No.
Yeah, Craig, so you could share some of your exercises on Facebook, couldn't you?
Yeah, no, I've started now. I'm on that thing. There's an app called Strava now that records my stuff. So I will share some on the group and stuff in the coming days. So don't worry about that. I got it all planned.
Wicked. Okay, so thank you all for joining me this fine morning.
Cheers, Nat.
And we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone wants to comment who they'd like us to be interviewing, I mean, we could possibly get the mayor. If you want us to try and talk to some of the councillors, head of the youth service, some schools, just let us know in the comments who you'd like us to interview next, and we'll try and make it happen.
Dale yesterday was it yesterday or the day before, did a fantastic question and answer with Joanne Tanner from Cardiff and Vale College. That video will also be, or is already, on our YouTube channel. Some amazing questions and answers regarding college access, application, support, and the sort of frequently asked questions by young people, parents, carers and peers. So make sure you check that out and let us know, as Natalie said, who you would like to invite on our little panel that we could ask some questions. And if you've got any questions for us, post them down below and we'll include them, and we'll try and answer them as best we can and professionally as we can.
Or get in touch with us on Facebook, Cardiff Youth Service EOTAS, and like our page.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Peace, y'all.